Hello everybody, good afternoon. This is David Newby from financialplanning202.com and yourprosperitypower.com. I'm here today to talk to you about what's going on in the world financial markets. There's been a lot of talk lately about leverage and also about risk and unnecessary risk that businesses have taken, and also about bailouts. I've seen a lot of people saying on the internet, where's my bailout? And maybe you've thought of the same thing. It seems like that we are paying financially for the mistakes of big businesses, both on Wall Street and with the big three. And I live in Metro Detroit, and I've heard a lot of local people basically say that they think that the auto companies should be bailed out. And it's easy to think that when you're in Detroit, because so much of the local economy depends upon the auto industry. At the same time, acknowledging that there is a lot of fear in Metro Detroit about what will happen to our local economy if the big three fail, we have to look at what is it really our job as Americans to bail out companies when they make mistakes? Let's just look at, I want to talk about leverage and also about responsibility in today's installment of the video blog. First of all, a lot of people on TV lately are saying that leverage is a bad thing. It's leverage that got us into this mess. Well, is leverage in itself good or bad? I don't think that it is. Leverage, just like any other financial principle, is a tool. If you go out and, as a company or as a bank, like the Wall Street banks, you leverage 4-to-1 to buy some investment that can make you a lot of money, or if it loses, if it's a bad investment, it can wipe out your whole company and put the U.S. financial economy in peril. I think that that's a misuse of leverage. If you are leveraging your home equity because some bank sent you a letter saying get a home equity line of credit and go buy a new car, or go on vacation, or go get that remodeling job done to your house that you always wanted, I think that's a poor use of leverage. And I think that's pretty ironic that the banks have been encouraging Americans for the last several years to use their equity in their house and refinance in order to buy things that are of little lasting value. Like I just said, vacations, things that are remodeling your house. Things that are just things that are for fun. They're not investments. They're not things that are going to build wealth for you long term. It's interesting that the banks have encouraged us to re-leverage ourselves and mortgage our house to the hilt in order to buy things we don't need. And now that the banks, Trump says, you can't get money right now from the banks. Yes, you can. You can't get money from all banks. The banks that are in trouble, you can't get money from because they've over-leveraged themselves and they have to show more assets on the books. But the banks that are in good shape, you can get money from. Now, you may not be able to get money from them as a consumer, but you can get money from them as a business. When a bank's money is tight, they're going to loan money first to the people who are the lowest credit risks. Those are people with great credit, 720 plus credit scores, and you're even more likely to be able to borrow money from a bank if you have a business that's at least 2 years old or 5 years old, and you also have good personal credit and you have established business credit. If you have all three of those things in place, you're going to look very, very attractive to the bank, and you're going to increase your odds of being able to borrow money significantly. Now, why is this important? During times of recession, there are more opportunities to make money and create wealth than any other times. During recessions and just after recessions are when large, vast fortunes are made. So you can sit on the sideline and be afraid, like most people are doing, and a lot of opportunities pass you by, or you can get access to capital and seize opportunities that are all around you. I just want to encourage you, be one of those kind of people who seizes opportunities, not one of those people who lets fear dictate to them what they're going to do. So I just want to encourage you, it's your responsibility what you do with your money. If you have been irresponsible with your money in the past, if you were suckered in by the banks and refinanced your house to buy a bunch of crap you didn't need, hey, you can be all mad about it and give up, or you can learn from that mistake that you made and be smarter the next time. You can look at leverage as a bad thing, like the media is saying, and saying, oh man, leverage is horrible, that's what got us in trouble. Or you can use leverage as a tool to get access to capital right now, to seize opportunity, and to take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you right now. There's a lot of assets that you can buy very, very cheap right now. For example, if you want to buy some real estate, you can buy real estate really, really cheap right now. Also, you can take advantage of cash flow investments. For example, if you have lost a lot of money in the stock market and you don't want to look at maybe your nest egg falling in value another 30 or 40% over the next year, which the stock market is projected to fall potentially that much or more in 2009, then I would recommend looking at creating cash flow, leveraging some other people's skills, whether that be people who trade Forex, or people who trade the S&P, or people who trade the minis. Those are just basically mini contracts. Whether you want to work with people who buy covered calls, or whether you just want to, on your own, invest in some dividend-yielding stocks. Those are some great ways to earn a higher rate of return on your investments, and also to create some cash flow, monthly cash flow with your nest egg. Let me give you a quick example. If you work at GM and you're 60 years old, and you've lost half of your net worth in the last year, and you may get laid off in the next month, you don't have time to wait for the stock market to go up in the next 6, 7, 8 years in order to retire. If you get laid off, you may need to be able to create cash flow with your nest egg today, tomorrow, not 6 years from now. So I just want to let you know, if you do work for the big three, or whether you don't, whether you care about the auto industry or you don't, what's going on and the mistakes that companies are making are affecting you. So if you've lost half of your nest egg and you don't think you could retire, I encourage you to look at a strategy of investing in dividend-yielding or cash flow-producing investments. When you do that, you can retire much faster than you ever dreamed possible. I just want to remind you that what you focus on expands, so I encourage you to focus on opportunities. I also want to encourage you to do what my good friend and mentor Marshall Silver says, which is ask yourself this question: what's positive, powerful, and moves me in the direction of what I want? If you're sitting around thinking about how bad the economy is all day, I'd encourage you that that's not positive, that's not powerful, and it probably doesn't move you in the direction of what you want. So I encourage you to seize opportunity, start looking for opportunity, get access to capital, and take more responsibility, more control of your financial situation. This is David Newby. If you haven't already, I encourage you to download my report, The Personal Financial Revolution, at yourprosperitypower.com. If you want to contact our office or email us for financial solutions that we may be able to offer you, we do have a something that we offer clients called the Asset Maximization Review, where for only $97 we will look at your financial situation and show you things that you can do, create a customized action plan for you that could help you go from taking a lot of risks financially to being much more in control of your finances and creating financial independence, financial freedom faster than you ever dreamed possible. This is David Newby. Look forward to talking to you soon, and I encourage you to leverage all you've got to get all that you ever want. You can do it, and go for more.